Mittavinda had spent many lives as a hungry dog, always fighting for food. He didn't know that his days of hunger were about to end. After wandering around, he ended up in the city of Benares. In Benares, a wise teacher was known far and wide. He had 500 students, and the people of the city supported them with food and paid the teacher for his lessons. Mittavinda was allowed to join the students and finally began to eat regularly. But Mittavinda didn't pay attention to the teacher's wisdom. He was disobedient and violent, always getting into fights with the other students. His bad behavior became so disruptive that many students left, causing the teacher to lose most of his income. Eventually, Mittavinda was forced to leave Benares. Mittavinda moved to a small village, where he worked hard as a laborer, married a poor woman, and had 2 children. The villagers, knowing he had studied under the great teacher, asked him for advice and gave him a place to live. However, things went wrong for the village. They were fined 7 times by the king, their houses were burned 7 times, and their pond dried up 7 times. The villagers realized their troubles began when they started listening to Mittavinda, so they chased him and his family out of the village, calling him a curse. While fleeing, they passed through a haunted forest, where demons killed and ate his wife and children, but Mittavinda escaped. He eventually arrived at a seaport city, where a kind and wealthy merchant took pity on him. The merchant and his wife, who had no children, adopted Mittavinda and treated him like their own son. They were very religious and tried to guide Mittavinda, but he refused to listen. After his adoptive father died, his mother tried to help him find a better path. She told him that if he did bad things, he would suffer in both this life and the next. But Mittavinda didn't care. He only wanted to do what made him happy. One day, his mother offered him 1,000 gold coins if he would spend a night at the temple listening to wise monks. Mittavinda agreed, but instead of listening, he slept the whole night and then returned home to collect the money. His mother was disappointed, but gave him the coins. With the money, Mittavinda started a business and soon became very rich, but he was never satisfied. One day, he told his mother he was leaving on a ship to make even more money. She begged him not to go, telling him it was dangerous and unnecessary. She even offered him 80,000 gold coins to stay. But Mittavinda, blinded by greed, pushed his mother away and slapped her. Hurt and angry, she cursed him, calling him a curse and telling him to leave forever. Without a second thought, Mittavinda rushed to the harbor and sailed away on the first ship.